Hello everyone, in today's video we will solve this problem in which we have to find the measure of this angle B. So for these types of problems, the first thing we need to do is to analyze the given triangle. We can see that this triangle is not a right angle triangle, it's an oblique triangle. So therefore we have to use either sine law or cosine law to find the value of angle B. Because if this was a right angle triangle, then we could have used SOHCAHTOA to find the measure of angle B. But in this case, since it's not a right angle triangle, we'll have to use sine law or cosine law. Now, how do we know whether we have to use sine law or cosine law? So we have to see what information we are given in this problem. Now in this triangle, we are given the measure of the other angle 100 degrees and we are given the measure of side opposite to it, which is equal to 5.1. So we are given the measure of this angle and its opposite side length. And we are given another side length, which is this 3.6 units long, and we have to find the angle opposite to this side. Now in this kind of a setup where we know a value of an angle and its opposite side length, and we know another side length and we have to find the angle opposite to that side length, we use sine law. So in this case we will use sine law, not cosine law. So this is a very important step you have to understand and memorize. Now the next step is to write the sine law equation. Now the sine law equation can be written in two ways. So the first version is the sine of angle A equals sine of angle C over C. The uppercase letters represent angles and the lowercase letters represents side lengths opposite to those angles. Now we use this version because the angles are in the numerator. So this version is used when you have to find a missing angle. Now the other version is we just flip these three fractions. Side lengths are in the numerator. So that's the only difference between these two versions. So the second version is used when you have to solve for a missing side. Now in this problem we have to find a missing angle, that's angle B. So we'll use our first version, which is this one. Now the first step here is to sub in all the values in this sine law equation. We can also label our corners, that will make it easy to analyze the problem. So we can label the corners as A, B and C. So I use B for that corner because that angle is labeled as B. Angle A is unknown, so we'll keep it as it is. So sine of A, we don't know the measure of angle A. We do not know the length of side A, which is this side because it's opposite to angle A, equals, now sine of angle B, so we can use the lowercase b because that's the given variable for it, and the side B is the one opposite to angle B, which is equal to 3.6 equals to sine of, now angle C is given as 100 degrees and the side length opposite 100 degrees is 5.1. So this is the sine law equation with all the given values. Now this sine law equation is made up of three ratios. So in order to solve for a missing side or a missing angle, we have to use any of these two ratios. Now since in this case we are not given angle A, we are not given side A, and we do not have to find any of them. So we can ignore this ratio for this analysis and just focus on this part of the sine law equation. So we can rewrite it: sine of angle B over 3.6 equals sine of 100 degrees over 5.1. Now we have to isolate angle B in this equation. So the first step is to cross multiply 3.6. So we get sine of angle B equals 3.6 times sine of 100 degrees over 5.1. Now we can use our calculator to evaluate this expression. So in our calculator, we should input 3.6 times sine of 100 divided by 5.1, and I got sine of angle B is equal to 0.69516. I have to isolate this angle B, so here we'll have to do inverse of sine. So our next step is B equals inverse of sine brackets 0.69516. So this is a very important step you have to understand and memorize. We can evaluate this in our calculator. So I got 44 degrees. So this should be the final answer for the value of angle B. So I hope you'll find this video useful. Please share it, like it, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye.